Hi everyone. Today I'm doing a solo podcast. Welcome to this channel. I'm your humble host, Alun Silva. And if this is your first time get in touch with any of my things coming to this channel, I want to say welcome home. We must be kindred spirit. That's why you're here. This channel is for anyone who is interested in growing themselves, who knows within them that they have something more to offer, but who hasn't really discovered ways in which that can look like. We invite you to join every episode, to listen to every episode, and slowly, hopefully, we get to inspire you. So I say we, me, and some of my guests that will come here, we get to inspire you to your greater self. So welcome home. Welcome to the place where we are the midwives to your next level. Welcome to a place where we inspire you to be a better person, but most importantly, to be the best version of yourself. And it is a journey. We never get there. We're all on this journey. Welcome to a place where we are aware and we recognize that we are all on this journey together. Welcome home to a place where you're not alone and no one is perfect. We're not perfect. Every day we wake up knowing that today we're going to do our best, what we can do in our own power to be the best version of ourselves, to be better than who we were yesterday. So I welcome you. Sit tight. Today is a solo episode, and I just want to kind of sit down here with you. You joining me from my living room, and hopefully someday I can join you in your living room. And I want to talk about something that's been dear to me, and this is something I personally have really suffered from for a long time, and I'm still working through it. I just felt like maybe if I share a bit of my story, maybe that could inspire and help someone, knowing that you're not alone on this, and we're all working through something similar. So today I would like to talk about the importance of building inner confidence first as a foundation for a successful and happy life. Whoa, how deep is that? Inner confidence. I know maybe you've heard people talk about confidence and people talk about different things, and maybe you're like, oh yeah. But before you roll your eyes at me, I'd like to invite you to just take a deep breath and think about what would 10% increase in your inner confidence mean to you, and what would that do to you? Will that make you ask for that raise that you've been thinking about asking, but you've just never had the courage and confidence to ask about it? Would that really help you to tell some of your friends that you feel they've been taken for granted, that look, you don't want to be taken for granted anymore? Will that give you the courage to look, be honest with your partners and those in your lives? Will that give you the courage to speak to your parents and let them know about some of your inner challenges and troubles that they might not even be aware about? What would 10% increase in your confidence? What would it do for you? Just a 10% increase in your confidence. What would it do for you? Will you get a new job? Would you finally start eating healthy, knowing that you have to value your body? Would you start choosing better friends, better circle, better events, better environment? Would you start to love yourself more and love yourself differently? Would you start showing up differently? Would 10% increase in your confidence help you to dress up differently? Would that too? Would it help you to make better decisions about your finances, about the kind of things you do, about what time you wake up, about how you talk, how you show up, how you carry yourself? What would 10% increase in your confidence do for you? So I'm not going to hold, this is not going to be a long conversation. However, I would like us to continue the conversation in the chat, in the comment below. If I share anything that you feel like resonate with you and it's an aha moment, let me know in the comments below, and let me know in the comments below. Let me know where you're joining us from, and let me know what was your aha moment. What does whatever was shared today mean to you? So we're talking about building inner confidence. And before I jump into, I want to share with you three keys and three key areas in which I feel like is important for you to build inner confidence as a foundation for a successful life and happiness. When I was younger, I grew up in, I want to say, in a challenging situation for me because I grew up with my dad and his partner, his wife, did not like me. So she made my life really, really difficult. So I grew up feeling like I wasn't loved. No one cared about me. A part of me knew my dad loved me to death, but he was so busy working and everything. Now that I'm older, I can understand it. But when I was just a child, I felt like, oh my God, no one loves me. And I was always alone and felt lonely. Um, so I grew up with some of those feelings, and in as much as I use different things to cover those feelings, like I made sure I was best at school just to cover the feeling of maybe I'm not good enough. I made sure that I always did my best. I made sure I pleased other people. I wanted to be liked by other people, right? So I did all of these things, and if even if they left me empty, they were kind of relief for a cover for that moment. But obviously, as you grow up, life has a way to make you face your skeletons, if I can say, to make you face those deep hidden things, untreated wounds and traumas that you've tried to cover and padded, and one day they just explode at you. And life is like, you can't cover them anymore. You just have to now face them. And I came to a crossroad in my life where all of these things came at me, and they were um they were very, very challenging on my emotional and mental health, ultimately affecting my finances, and then obviously affecting my physical health. So today, as a quick segue, I want to talk about how building financial inner confidence, you know, in your emotional and mental life, in your financial life, in your physical life, can help you lead a successful and happy life. So if you're taking notes, I'll say three key things to take out of this conversation. This is a conversation, guys. Don't let me speak to myself. Let me know in the comments below. How are you doing today? How are you feeling? What brought you here? Who shared this with you? And what were your aha moments? And what questions do you have? I'd love to come back to this thread and answer your question. So today I want to talk about emotional and mental confidence. So I would say that the first thing to build as you're growing up as an adult, right, as a young person in this world, or even as a person, because sometimes, some people get to know this earlier, some get to know it later in their lives, and that is fine. No matter what spectrum you're finding yourself right now, in what area of your life you find yourself right now, I would want to invite you to evaluate where you are right now in on these three scales. So emotional and mental confidence. So I would say that one of the key foundations to a successful life is to build inner confidence in your emotional and mental life. I think this is key to be able, and what do I mean by that? To be able to own yourself fully. And someone said, and to become unfuckwittable, which means to become a person that you know yourself so much that it doesn't matter what other people say about you, right? And one thing I would say that how do you actually build inner emotional and mental confidence? I would say the first thing is to challenge yourself. Challenge yourself a little bit more every day. Test how forgiving you can be. Test how patient you can be. Test how enduring you can be. Instead of emotionally lashing out, think and look for ways where you can actually handle your emotions properly. Look for methods, whether it's like taking a deep breath, taking a 5-second pause before you say anything, whether it's meditation, whether it's breath work, yoga, there's so many different things, whether it's speaking to yourself. I find that speaking to myself, soothing myself helps. So before you you lash out at someone emotionally, or before you go through your same mental run, I would say think about how you can interrupt your pattern. And then one other thing that I think can help is also try new things, put yourself in different situations, try new experiences, right? Be open to being someone different. If you've identified one or two things that really really affect your emotional and mental health, I would say that you take those things seriously and you start working with one, because the odds could be that if you start working on one thing, other things are going to get resolved. So working on your emotional and mental confidence is very important for a successful and happy life, right? And I said that you should challenge yourself more, challenge yourself in the good ways. How challenge, ask yourself, how happy can I be, right? Can I be 10% happier today than I was yesterday? What can I do? Look out for things that make you happy. Look out for the things that you love, the things that light you up. What are the things that ring your bell? Watch out, look out for those, enjoy those, immerse yourself in the things that make you happy. And then the next thing is financial confidence, building financial confidence. I feel like the second key to really, really building a healthy foundation for a successful and happy life is to build financial confidence. And you can build financial confidence by obviously learning to manage your finances and be on top of your finances. And of course, when I say finances, a lot of people are into debt and everything. And I would say there's nothing wrong with being in debt when you have a plan. So I would invite you to read books about how to be on top of your finances. Listen to podcasts. I'm a big fan of podcasts. Listen to podcasts about how to handle your finances. Attend seminars about how to handle your finances. But the most important thing here is you don't have to do everything in one day. You don't have to be on top of your finances today, but you can do one thing today. You can start. You can start having a plan. You can start doing something today that would make the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years better, let's say. And finally, physical confidence. I would say that building physical confidence is very important for a successful your foundation, right? So, physical confidence, what do I mean by physical confidence? I would say that, first of all, determine your ideal style. Determine how you want to look like. What vibe do you want to have, right? Determine your body weight. When do you feel the best? When you're at a certain weight, or when you look a certain way, when you have a certain hairstyle, when you dress up a certain way, when look like determine what is your own style, as I'm going to say, right? And then your body weight. Decide to eat healthy. As a matter of fact, healthy eating, we all know about eating healthy. One thing I'm going to say is that eat healthy, not only to look good, but to feel good. Feel good. Feel good is important. Exercise, as we always say. The caveat here is, if you've or someone that you've really tried many of these, you know these things, but it's been hard for you to implement them, then I say what you need is an accountability partner. Ask someone to join you on the journey, or find someone that is always already on the journey and join them. Get yourself a coach. If you're finding it really hard to exercise, get yourself a coach. Even if it's once a week, start with once a week. Start with a few sessions. And if you find it really, really hard to eat healthy, ask one of your friends that you feel like they eat healthy. Join them. Ask them what they do. Ask them to join you on a 3-day healthy eating spree, if you can call it that way, right? Ask someone to join you and to help you. Dress to feel confident, as I say, dress to feel confident. Sometimes you might feel like, oh my God, I might overkill. No, if that makes you feel good, dress up. I look good. All right. So today, I just want to have a little chat with you guys about the importance of building inner confidence. And of course, it's about things that you can do physically, but ultimately, it starts with your inner being. It starts with you being good with yourself, feeling good about yourself in the places where other people cannot see inside yourself. So it starts with working on your emotional and mental confidence. And then we talked about financial confidence, and then we talked about physical confidence. Guys, this is meant to be a short conversation in my living room with you guys. If you have questions about this, please leave them in the comments below. I love you guys, and I hope that this was helpful. Until then, until our next episode, I'll invite you to be confident, to be strong, to be loving. See how more you can do with your life. And until then, I'll see you guys. Bye.